What's up everybody, Watts007 here, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video. In today's leak video, I'm going to be discussing about a ton of new content that got introduced in the recent update in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. If you log into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links right now, you'd be prompted to download an update which introduces the KC Cup into the game, but alongside of that, there's a lot of hidden files in that update that data miners leaked, and I'm going to be discussing about them in today's video. So strap in, boys and girls, grab your popcorn, because let's go take a look at all of these awesome new leaks, because there is just a ton of awesome content to discuss about. Let's get into it. As per usual, shout out to DuelLinksMeta.com for providing all the leaks in a nice convenient place. Be sure to go check out the website, link in the description down below. I'm not sponsored by them, but as you guys know, if you watch all my leak content, I like to use DuelLinksMeta.com to just relay all the information to all of you guys, so shout out to them. So the first thing that we're going to discuss about in today's leak video is a ton of new character IDs that you guys see on the screen right now. Now, all these new character IDs are actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster cards, and most of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster cards are actually in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, are cards already attainable in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. We have cards like Battle Footballer, Tornado Bird, Sonic Shooter, Sky Scout, Doom Dozer, Guardian of the Labyrinth, Skilled Dark Magician, Skilled White Magician, Ancient Brain, Chaos Sorcerer, Scold Knight, and Guardian Bauru. But the last three cards in this list, or the last three new character IDs in this list, are actually monster cards that we don't have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links yet. We have Grapha, Dragonlord the Dark Lord, Archlord Kristya, and Sandstone. These three cards are cards that are not in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links yet, and I gotta say, at least two of these cards right here are absolutely insane. The first new card we're gonna take a look at is Grapha, Dragonlord the Dark Lord. This is an 8-star Dark Fiend effect monster, has 2700 attack, 1800 defense. You can special summon this card from your graveyard by returning one Dark World monster you control to the hand, except Grapha, Dragonlord the Dark Lord. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one card opponent controls, destroy that target. Then, if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, look at one random card in your opponent's hand. Then if it was a monster, you can special summon it to your side of the field. This card is absolutely insane, and I'm really hoping that the fact that there is a new character ID for this card hints towards the fact that we might get this card in some sort of event or box in the future in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because this card is one of the last cards that Dark Worlds needs to really push it to be a meta deck in the game. The next card I'm going to take a look at is Archlord Kristya. If I mispronounced the card name, my bad, but one of my favorite hobbies is to mispronounce Yu-Gi-Oh! Card names. Anyways though, this card seems to be really cool. This is a light fairy effect monster. It's an 8-star monster with 2800 attack, 2300 defense. If you have exactly 4 fairy monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, target one fairy monster in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Neither player can special summon monsters. If this face-up card would be sent from the field to the graveyard, place it on the top of the deck instead. And yeah, this is just another card that's just absolutely crazy if we can attain it in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The fact that you can special summon this card if you have exactly 4 fairy monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this big monster with 2800 attack on the field. And on top of that, it has an effect where neither player can special summon monsters. So once you summon this card, you could potentially shut down your opponent from going into their combos, because a lot of meta decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links rely on special summoning. And then the last card from this list is the most OP card so far. It's called Sandstone. This is an insane 5-star monster. It's an Earth Rock monster with 1300 attack, 1600 defense, with the insane effect that states appears from the underground and attack with long snake-like tentacles. Absolutely crazy card. Even this card's just so much better than all the cards I just discussed about not too long ago. Now, right now, I'm unsure what these new character IDs are going to be used for. There's no event in the upcoming updates list for April that hints towards some sort of event relating to a bunch of different monster cards, but my personal guess is that maybe sometime in May or June, we'll be getting an event very similar to the DD Tower event. If you guys don't know what the DD Tower event is, basically it was a really cool event where you go into this tower and you climb in this tower with a bunch of different floors, and each floor had a different monster that you can fight, and you basically fight a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards with decks themed around themselves, and you just fight them and get rewards. It was a really cool event that happened way back in the day. They recently stopped doing the DD Tower events because how they did them is that they did them by attributes. So they did one for, you know, fire, water, wind, earth, light, dark, and I think they did a divine one if I remember correctly, but they haven't done them in such a long time. So maybe this new character IDs list is hinting towards the fact that we'll be getting some sort of DD Tower event in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I'd personally like that, because I actually really like the DD Tower events. I know, like, back in the day, a lot of people didn't like the DD Tower events. They thought that they were really lame, but I mean, now looking back at it, I think the DD Tower event is a lot more entertaining than the Carly Carmine event that we got not too long ago in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So I'm really hoping that sometime in May or June we'll be getting a new DD Tower event with all these new character IDs, because so far there's nothing that hints towards Like so far there's just nothing for these character IDs yet. They're just kind of just chilling in the game file, so we're not too sure what they're going to be used for. And then the last thing I want to discuss about for these new character IDs is just these last 3 cards right here. I'm very curious if they're going to introduce Grapha, Dragonlord, the Dark Lord, and Archlord Kristya in a new main box or mini box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because currently I have 3 theories right now. Now my first theory is that most likely these 2 cards right here are going to be cards for a new main box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. At the same time though, I'm not too sure if these are going to be in the next main box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, just because of the fact, like, potentially, and what I could see Konami doing is that they might drop a main box or mini box, and then correlated or at the same time as that drop of the main box or mini box, they're going to release like a DD Tower event. Now the issue is, like I stated earlier in today's video, there is nothing in the upcoming updates list that pertains to like a DD Tower event or just any event related to monsters. So due to that, there could be a chance that these cards could be in a new box, but I don't think it'll be the next main box. It could be in some sort of mini box in May, or they're going to throw a curveball and put these 3 cards in the next main box, and then whenever they do release some sort of DD Tower event or some event similar to the DD Tower in May or June, they will have all the cards in the game already, because like I stated earlier in the video, all these cards right here are cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links already. So if they wanted to make sure that all these new character IDs were already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links as Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, they would add these last 3 cards in a box. So then we have all the cards Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links now, so then when players are playing in the event, they'll be like, oh, I recognize these cards, which is pretty cool. My second theory is maybe that they're going to make these 3 cards obtainable in whatever event this character ID is portraying to. I seriously doubt that will happen, because these 2 cards are just absolutely crazy, but I guess if Konami wants to be nice to us and give us some crazy free-to-play cards, go ahead boys, I won't be complaining. And then my last theory is that maybe by the off chance whatever this event is going to be used for, maybe these last 3 cards are just going to just be cool character cards, but they're not going to be unlockable. That's the most disappointing outcome, because I think I want to have these cards unlockable in the game, but there is a good chance that they could just not make these cards unlockable at all, which would be pretty disappointing. So that's just kind of my 3 theories for these new character IDs. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think they're going to be doing with these last 3 cards in this list, and maybe we'll be seeing some DD Tower events sometime in the near future. That'd be really cool. So for this next segment of the leak video, I'm going to be talking about cards that actually got leaked. All the previous stuff I just talked about were character IDs. None of those were actual cards that got leaked for the game, but this stuff I'm going to be talking about right now are actual cards leaked for the game. First things first, we're going to be taking a look at a card called Dimension Equilibrium. This card is a normal trap card that states if a beast type monster you control is destroyed by battle with an opponent's attacking monster and sent to the graveyard, special summon the destroyed monster, and if you do, banish the attacking monster. And yeah, I gotta say that this card is just absolutely crazy. It's a really good card for beast type decks, because like the card states, if your opponent destroys your beast monster, you can bring it back onto the field with this card, and then you banish your opponent's monster, and it's not a target effect. So if your opponent has monsters that, you know, ignore target effects, it doesn't matter, because this card doesn't target, so that monster is just straight up banished, which is really cool. The only thing is though, is that this card's probably not going to see that much amount of play, just because of the fact that currently in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links there's not really that many good beast type decks. We have a lot of really cool beast warrior type decks in the game, but this card specifically states just beast type monsters. And I looked at the card catalog of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and there wasn't really anything for beast decks, or we don't really have any like stuff for beast decks. Maybe you can combo this in a Fable deck, maybe you can combo this in that green baboon or yellow baboon deck if you really want to, but you're not going to really be able to go for that many crazy decks, because this card just can't support that many decks in the game, so we just don't have that many beast type monsters. Luckily though, this card isn't confirmed for any event so far. This is just one of these random cards that got leaked, but it's not confirmed for anything so far. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be a card maybe in like a, you know, campaign login bonus or something like that, or maybe a card trader card. I could see that. Maybe it's gonna be a box card, because it is a pretty solid effect, but like I said, there's not really that many beast decks in the game, so I can see this being just like a free-to-play card that they're going to add in the game so far. But so far, this card is not confirmed for anything in the game, so there you go right there. Now, the next 2 cards we're going to discuss about in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Leak video are going to be rank PP rewards. This card right here, called Contaminated Earth, is going to be obtainable through SR tickets that you can obtain from rank PP. This card is a normal trap card that states, if a face-up, level 5 or higher monster you control was destroyed by a card effect this turn, special summon 1 Earthbound Immortal monster from a hand, deck, or graveyard. This turn, it cannot attack, also its effects cannot be activated. Now, I gotta say that this is a very interesting card that's going to help you out if you play Earthbound Immortal decks with all the different Earthbound Immortal monsters, because basically if you work really hard to summon one of your Earthbound Immortal monsters, if it gets destroyed by whatever reason, you can utilize this card to just bring back or bring out a new Earthbound Immortal monster from your deck, which is really cool. And this card's a little fitting because we are getting a Duelist Chronicle event in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links related to the Dark Signer, so it's going to be pretty cool that we got some Earthbound Immortal support right here. Very curious on what they're going to be doing with that Duelist Chronicle event, especially because they're going to be adding some Earthbound Immortal support that clearly works with the other Earthbound Immortal cards, so this card's pretty interesting right here. Now, the next rank PP reward card I'm going to discuss about that's brand new for the game is this card called Chaos Distill. This card is very, very interesting though. Let's go talk about it. This card is a continuous spell card that states this card's name is also treated as Macrocosmos while it's face up on the field. Cards that would be sent to your graveyard are banished instead. The first time an Alchemy Beast monsters you control is banished each turn, draw a card. You only can control one Chaos Distill. This card is going to be attainable through rare tickets from rank PvP, but I gotta say this is a very weird card. I did some research on this card and I found out that this card is actually not even printed in the TCG yet. This card was a anime card that just never got printed. Same thing with Alchemy Beast. So I'm very, very confused on why that this is in the leaks and updates for Duel Links Meta. If we take a look at the leaks and updates right here, it'll show you that new cards to be added for the April rank rewards. This card right here called Chaos Distill. But yeah, I just find this card just super weird and just out of place in the game because we don't have any Macros Cosmos in the game. We don't have Alchemy Beast cards in the game yet. These are cards that are not printed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so the fact that this card is going to be a rank PP reward in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links it's just so weird to me. I don't understand why this card's in the game, but it looks like it's in the game. The effect that states cards that would be sent to your graveyard or banished instead could be a really good effect depending on what deck you play, but yeah, I just find this card very weird. Now, for the last part of the new content for the new April rank PP rewards, I'm going to be discussing about a ton of just new reprints. And what I mean by reprints is that all these cards I'm going to talk about are already in the game that were attainable through previous events and whatnot, but now are going to be available through rank PP tickets. And the first card that's going to be new that's available through rank PP tickets is Archfiend Commander. This card is going to be available through the UR rank PP tickets in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Earthbound Spirit's going to be reprinted, and you can now obtain this card through rank PP SR tickets. Trial of Nightmare is another card that got reprinted, and you can now obtain this card through rare rank PP tickets. Kuwagata Alpha is a card that you can now obtain through normal rank PP tickets. Now, for the final part of today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video, I'm going to be discussing about all these cards that got rarity changes. Now, traditionally, when cards get rarity changes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, that means that they're most likely going to be added into a box in the game. For example, I made a video a long time ago talking about all of these Lightsworn cards that actually got rarity changes. Only for a month later, all of those Lightsworn cards got added into a box called a Judgment Force. So the fact that all these cards right here are getting rarity changes most likely means that we're going to be getting all these cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which is really cool, because previously, all these cards that you see on the screen right now were actually used by NPCs in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. If I remember correctly, all these dinosaur cards were actually used by Hasselberry in some of his roaming events. I believe Jesse used a couple of these crystal cards in his decks, and the fact that they now got rarity changes means that, hey, we might be getting these cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links through a new main box. Maybe the next main box that hopefully will come out in April, we'll probably get to see these cards. So these cards are going to be pretty cool, and let's go take a look at them and see how overpowered they would be in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So the first card we're going to take a look at is this UR card called Miscellaneousaurus. I think that's how you pronounce this card, and this card's pretty crazy. This card is a 4-star fire dinosaur effect monster. During either player's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During this main phase, dinosaur type monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can banish any number of dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon one dinosaur type monster from your deck with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect, but destroy it during the end phase. You can use this effect of Megalosaurus once per turn. Now, I gotta say that this card is just absolutely crazy for just so many different reasons. First things first, the fact that you can discard this card at the beginning of your main phase before you go into any of your dinosaur combos. You can give all your dinosaur type monsters immunity from your opponent's activated effects, and then you just don't have to worry about your stuff getting disrupted because you give your cards protection thanks to this card right here. And then the fact that you can banish this card from your graveyard and then special summon a dinosaur type monster by banishing some other dinosaur monsters is just crazy too. And if I read this card correctly, I think that you can first pitch this card to the graveyard to give your dinosaur type monsters immunity, and then literally on the same turn you can banish this card alongside of your other dinosaur monsters to then special summon a dinosaur type monster from your deck with a level equal to the total number of monsters banished to activate this effect. Yeah, you can just do that on the same turn. So this card is absolutely crazy. Definitely going to be a 3 of if this card does get added to a box in the future Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and yeah, crazy card, that is for sure. Next UR card we're going to take a look look at is Evo Price. This is a continuous spell card. Once per turn, if a monster is special summoned by the effect of Evilite monster, except during the damage step, you can target a card on the field and destroy it. And yeah, this card is simple and straight to the point. When you're going for your Evilite combos by special summoning a bunch of monsters on the field, you can also use Evo Price to also pop some monsters or just some cards on your opponent's side of the field and then go for a game. So pretty good card right there, that's for sure. The next card we're gonna take a look at is this SR card called Evilite El Grino. I don't know how to pronounce this card's name, so my bad, but this card's a 2-star fire monster that states, this is a reptile effect monster. When this card on the field is tributed and sent to the graveyard, you get to draw 1 card. Then you can shuffle 1 dinosaur type monster from your hand into the deck, then add 1 Evilite monster from your deck to your hand. This card has 0 attack and 0 defense. Now, I really don't know much about Evilites or Evilitiles, so I can't really give any good opinions about this card, but I can clearly tell this is a really good search card for the deck. So I'm definitely curious to see what Evilites are going to be doing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links if we get them in a future main box in the game. But this card definitely piques my interest because it seems to be a really cool cycler card for the archetype. Next SR card that got a rarity change is called Rainbow Bridge. This is a normal spell card that states you can add 1 crystal spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. Very simple, straight to the point card. Get to search out for any of your crystal spell trap cards in the game, which is really good. There's a lot of really good cards in the game like Crystal Regeki that you can search out for with Rainbow Bridge. Not bad at all. Next SR card we're going to take a look at is Crystal Conclave. This is a continuous trap card. Once per turn, if a face-up Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, then target 1 Crystal Beast monster you control and 1 card on the field. Return them to the hand. You cannot activate these effects in the same chain. Now, I gotta say that this card is just crazy good, and this card's going to be so helpful into summoning into Rainbow Dragon. The fact that if any of your Crystal Beast monsters get destroyed by a card effect, that you can just special summon another Crystal Beast from your deck is crazy good, because you can search out for like that last Crystal Beast monster that you need to summon into Rainbow Dragon and just special summon it onto the field. Also, the fact that this card states that you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, and then you can target a Crystal Beast monster you control and another card on the field and return them to the hand is really cool, because you can basically bounce back some of your opponent's cards that are very problematic and then go for certain combos. So while it is kind of a huge negative by sacrificing Crystal Conclave and one of your Crystal Beast monsters, the fact that you can still bounce back one of your opponent's monsters through this card is just crazy good. Super versatile card. Definitely going to make Crystal Beast a threat if we do, by an off chance, get this card in a future main box and you get Duel Links. I gotta say, pretty cool card. Next card we're going to take a look at that got a rarity change is called Monster Eye. This is a dark 1-star fiend effect monster. You can pay 1,000 life points and 1 polymerization from your graveyard to your hand. This card has 250 attack and 350 defense. A very lame card. I can see why this card got changed to a normal rarity. I'm sorry, Monster Eye, you look a little distraught, but I gotta say, bro, you're kind of trash. Next card that got a rarity change to a normal rarity is Rainbow Refraction. This is a quick play spell card that states, if a monster you control whose original name is Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon activated its effect this turn, you gotta summon any number of Crystal Beast monster with a different name from your deck. So this card can help out with basically winning the game even more. You summon your big Rainbow Dragon, you're probably already winning, and then you just special summon some more Crystal Beast monsters to just win more. This card is clearly a win more card. I can see why it's also a normal rarity, but hey, maybe you need some more Crystal Beast Father to play some of your other crystal cards. Who knows? And then the final card that we're going to take a look at in today's video is Attack of the Cornered Rat. This is a continuous trap card that states, if a level 3 or lower normal monster you control battles, during the damage step you can pay life points in multiples of 100. The attack of the opponent's monster is reduced by the amount of life points you paid until the end phase. You cannot pay more life points than the attack of the opponent's monster. This card is a normal rarity, and you know what though? Even though this card is a very good meme card, I think I might actually make a deck based off of this card, because you can combo this with Little D, because Little D is a 3 or lower normal monster. So I might make some spicy Little D memes with Attack of the Cornered Rat. Wouldn't that be an interesting video to make? So you know what? Great normal rarity card. Can't wait to see this card get added into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Make it attainable soon, Konami. Don't make this card just chill in the game forever. I need to use this card soon. This is a good meme card. Well, I think that's going to wrap up today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links leak video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video from start to finish. And if you have not already, be sure to show your support on today's video by hitting the like button on the video down below. And if you guys enjoyed my content, be sure to consider subscribing to the YouTube channel so you guys don't miss out on any of my other Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. I've been releasing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links videos, and I've been releasing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution videos. So if that entices you, or if you guys are interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Other than that, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! video.
Off in the cycle repeat. A lie. How many chasing their dreams? A lie. How many of us give up cause we taking the failure as if it's defeat? A lie. How many of us is weak? A lie. How many of us is scared? A lie. How many of us don't understand that we got somebody who really cares? A lie.